You are looking at a gateway bug, an insect with so much potential to feed the planet using minimal resources. It seems a no-brainer as a protein source. But would you eat it?
This one is our peanut butter and blueberry.
Much of the world eats insects, from crickets to mealworms, scorpions, black ants, grasshoppers. But Americans generally say, ew. Well, don't judge.
No, that's really good.
A growing group of entrepreneurs may prove that bugs are the future.
To get the same amount of protein from insects as you do from regular animals uses so much less water, and it's good protein. Plus, there's fiber because you're eating the whole thing.
Chef Joseph Yoon's mission is to make insects delicious and social media worthy to millennials with dishes like cricket quinoa hash.
Even if 10% of Americans were to incorporate edible insects once a week, even that would have a tremendous impact on our environment.
It is nutty.
Ann Carlson has found an easier path by creating insect-based dog food called Jiminy's, with sales in the millions growing 70% a year. The sustainability message appeals to millennials who may not eat the bugs themselves, but have no problem giving it to their dogs.
One of the key reasons I got into this is my daughter, she's a millennial, and she said she might not want to have children because she's worried about what the world is going to be like.
Demand is currently outstripping supply. The largest cricket farm in North America is Intimo near Toronto. But Monica Martinez is raising her own bugs for her snack food business, Don Buguito in Oakland.
80% of the biomass of the planet is, made out of insects. Doesn't make any sense that we're not tapping into that.
Barclays estimates the insect protein market could grow 10 times to $8 billion by 2030. Nestle's is interested, Tyson is watching, and it's possible that someday you will actually ask for a bug in your food.
I don't know how you're not like, damn, I want some of that dish.
Becky, are you still grossed out? Well, think of it this way. Remember back when people were kind of grossed out about eating sushi? I mean, raw fish? Everybody does it now. Well, proponents of insect protein hope that Gen Z and millennials will eventually think, of course we eat insects. What's the big deal about that? I mean, you put chocolate on anything and it's good. Am I right?
I don't know, Jane. You ate a lot of bugs. I guess I'll give it a try. Not bad. It's mixed with chocolate, but not bad. All right, Jane, thank you very much. Eating bugs is popular in other parts of the world. So why is it taking the U.S. so long to catch up? Joining us right now from Austin, Texas, is Robert Nathan Allen of the North American Coalition for Insect Agriculture. And Robert, thanks for being here.
Great to be here, Becky.
It's just actually not bad. Better than I would have anticipated. When did you start eating bugs?
We get that reaction a lot.
Yeah, when did you start eating bugs?
I started eating bugs in 2012, and at that time, there weren't these types of products on the market. The only insect products in 2012 were novelty items like scorpion lollipops and chocolate-covered ants. So it's been really amazing to see over just 6-7 years how this market has grown to provide a variety of different options for consumers to add this into their diet easily.
What are some of the health benefits of eating bugs?
So generally speaking, insects are going to be a great source of protein. They're a great source of essential amino acids, as well as great lipids or fats, especially poly and monounsaturated fats, the omega-3s and 6s that a lot of people are looking for. There's a lot of micro and macronutrients, vitamins and minerals like iron, calcium, magnesium, zinc, and copper. And then there's a lot of really interesting research on their fiber, prebiotic and antioxidant properties of different insect species.
I guess I think of crickets as being the most frequently eaten bug, but what other bugs are edible and what are the types that are most popular?
So to date, there's about 2,500 species that have been found to be edible, and that's really only a small number of the insects that have been researched out of the insects that we know. But predominantly crickets and mealworms, which are the larvae of darkling beetle, things like grasshoppers, and in other countries, things like silkworms, other beetle larvae, ants, wasps. So a variety of different species, but here in the U.S. or in North America, crickets, mealworms are the two primary ones that are used for food.
If it's so popular in other parts of the world, why do you think Americans are still so squeamish about this? Because even though this isn't that bad, I have a hard time imagining myself going to a vending machine and asking for a side of crickets.
Yeah, it's not just Americans. Really, any food culture that has its roots in European food culture has that same squeamishness. Whether you're in the U.S., Canada, Australia, And it's really because we've forgotten about this as a food, whereas other cultures, if you go down to southern Mexico, parts of Africa, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, they've just continued that tradition. There's some roots in colonialism and misconceptions about the food of other people when European food culture was spreading. But really, Europeans thought tomatoes and potatoes were poisonous when they were first introduced.
What's your favorite bug to eat, and how do you cook it up?
I personally really like mealworms. They've got a buttery flavor. Crickets are much nuttier, a darker flavor profile, kind of like dark cocoa or coffee and roasted almonds, whereas mealworms have like a buttery, lighter flavor reminiscent of breakfast cereal.
All right, so what's your comfort food? How do you cook them?
So I like just to coat them with some like cinnamon and sugar. Ends up tasting like breakfast cereal. Or coating them with something like garlic and Parmesan. It makes it just a great little crunchy, crispy snack. You can sprinkle it on salads, on soups, baked potatoes.
You eat them dried, or you don't eat them live, right?
No, and we definitely don't recommend you eat insects live. We don't recommend that you eat insects that you find. We recommend that you eat insects that are farmed specifically for food.
Meaning they haven't eaten poisons or picked up any bad diseases or anything else along the way?
Yeah, they're raised in hygienic environments. They're safe and wholesome, and you know where they came from, what they ate.